cops literally played with his food when he could have ended it from the very start of the rip. But that's not where this cockroach goes to die, because it looks like the army soldier he made a video about is still kicking and trying to do some stupid side hustles. Now, you may remember this guy as Carry Boy, whatever his name is, as he essentially has been known as a guy that was selling vapes to boot camp recruits because he said, quotations, "that's where the money's at." Ever since then, he hit a drill sergeant with his car as he tried to leave to sell them again, and then he got in trouble. He was being chaptered out of the military at that point. His life was going to end there, and we were never going to hear from this kid ever again. But it seems like he has a new side hustle and a new perspective, and it shows that in this TikTok where he talks about how he was kicked out of the army.
Then you get kicked out of the army? Hell no. I ain't get kicked out of the army. I lost my job though. That's how that was.
Now, this is notoriously known that when you get out of the military, oftentimes people will say, what, are you going to live in a van down by a river? But guess what? This guy has now upgraded, I would say, with a new hustle, which no one's ever thought of. As you can see from this, he now goes by the name Hood Nerd. Now, I do appreciate good side hustles. I am a person that understands, being a person that's young in this world of inflation and everything else, that you are going to have issues. However, there's a point of where people are like, is this even legal? Is this even allowed?
All right, so I know y'all wondering, like, how am I, living in the storage container? Well, I'm gonna tell y'all how I manage it and not get caught and not get in trouble. So if you anything like me, if you think like me, it's loopholes in every contract. It's loopholes in everything you do. You feel me? You just gotta find that loophole. The loophole with living in a storage container is you just can't sleep in this motherfucker. Like, that's literally it. You are not meant to, like, go to sleep in this motherfucker. Like, anything else, you good. If you trying to, like, move all your shit into a storage container and, like, technically live out of here too, what you gotta do is, you feel me, just move on your shit like you see it such. Just don't get caught sleeping in here. Literally. If you fuck around and they catch you sleeping, they might kick you out. You feel me? But that's all it is to it. You can move your shit in the storage unit and you can sit down in the chair in your storage unit. You feel me? That's not breaking nothing. You just in your storage unit. You feel me?
I think to say live out of a storage unit is not even appropriate to say, because you're not actually sleeping there. Like, that is part of normal life. Using the bathroom, eating, all these other things. I don't even know if there's any kind of electrical outlet that's in there. If this kid is so hurting for money, you would think he'd say, is my stuff that I'm putting in this unit actually worth the whatever amount I'm paying per month that I'm locked into this contract, or could I just get rid of a bunch of it and save that money to actually get stuff that is more important to me? So that leads us to this question of, where is this former soldier now living out of if he's not sleeping in this storage unit that he thinks is this great side hustle?
Yeah, I got a car. I'm in my car right now. You feel me? That's one reason why I say, like, this lifestyle work. If you don't got a car, it'll be hard, but I mean, I'm sure you can make it work without a car, but you definitely need a car, like, to be efficient.
So this has obviously led to a lot of criticism of people that are out there that are kind of sitting there watching this kid, go through this transition process of being kicked out of the military and now moving into this new direction.
So I already know what y'all be thinking. Y'all feel like I don't know what I'm doing because I'm in a storage unit making TikToks telling all my business. Y'all also think since I just got out the army, I don't got no direction of what I want to do. But when I tell y'all I'm so straight, like, it just, I don't put, it seems like I put a lot on TikTok, but I don't even put half of it on TikTok.
I think the lesson from this kid that should ever be out there is, do not post anything you're doing, including illegal things like this that you're blatantly showing there. The internet will, I don't understand how he doesn't understand from the first TikToks of him posting about him selling vapes to these boot camp recruits that he is going to be found. People are going to see this, and then he still continues to do it. I don't want to diagnose anybody. I'm not even a person that can do that legally speaking of this, but this is very much what I would say looks like antisocial personality disorder, where you can't really follow any rules. Like, anything that he is put into as far as the system, it's like, how can I break that system, get around it, or do something? And he doesn't really understand that there's repercussions for that.
Alright, so we about to have a Q&A. Take 2020 as what's the plan? Alright, so today May 17th, but on May 19th in 2 more days, I gotta head down to Amazon so I can do my initial entry. That's basically like when you do your ID, you take your ID card picture, and you do like a whole lot of other shit, like some paperwork and whatnot, whatever they have you do, bring 2 forms of identification, you know, whatnot. This shit's so crazy because before I was even in the army, I was working at Amazon, so it's like I just did a full circle. I'm actually set to start working at Amazon on May 30th, and my shifts are gonna be Monday through Thursday in just 12-hour shifts, so that's like 48 hours a week. That's crazy. I didn't even tell y'all I like to rap and make music. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I'll be off, so I'll just be making music, you know, just writing songs, you know, in the studio going crazy. You know, I'ma obviously tweak it and whatnot, but that's just like what we got so far. You know?
I'm glad he's getting a job. I always will commend someone being a productive member of society. However, listen here, guy. Hood nerd. The whole idea of you joining the military was to not go back to Amazon when you were done with the military. The idea was that you would actually level up and go beyond your position you were previously at Amazon, because why else would you join the military, right? Why else would you have had that experience? The idea is to go up and level up. I don't know if you understand that you are just right now kind of plateauing as far as that goes. I'm obviously a creator as well. I'm all about someone actually finding a passion or endeavor, but I'm also like, do you have the time to do that? And should you maybe try and consider getting a server job, something else where you can make more money and get out of the situation and eventually get a better job as well, or go to community college or something else?
Dude, are you serious? It's awful fun place to see. Y'all want me to have a dishonorable discharge on my record so bad. I got a general discharge.
And I will say here that I don't want someone's life to be over because they were stupid and sold vape. And I've seen people literally sell cough syrup that you could buy over the counter at a store and get in trouble for that. And I'm like, it's not hard. These little hustles are not very good hustles if you're going to have one. And they definitely do not fall in the confines of what the legal sides of the military are. Flipping stuff, buying stuff at garage sales, whatever else, and flipping on eBay, go for it. But I feel like your next step would be probably like, oh, I could sell drugs and no one's going to catch me. That's kind of like the mentality I have of this. I think a lot of people aren't wanting you to have a dishonorable discharge, but they're like, you need to learn. Like, you need to understand you are not better than the system or the people that make up that system. In his comments that they have seen, he actually does have a dishonorable discharge, but this is what he says to that. And that's clearly just pretty much nothing. So I wish he would have shown his DD-214, as it would have shown what type of discharge he had. And that would have kind of debunked this as well, as a lot of people are like kind of wondering where is he at right now. And I do commend that he's trying to have a plan, but at the same time, I have to also be a little bit critical of reality and all that stuff that's going in there. I don't think working as an Amazon warehouse employee is the long-term goal. I think that is a transitional goal that is something that is realistic right now as we speak. Now that is like 6 months to a year. As anyone is transitioning out of the military, it is very difficult, because as much as it's funny to rag on this situation because he is a person that put himself in that situation and continues to, I think, make some very questionable decisions. Maybe one day he will learn. Maybe one day. But let me know what you think about this guy's situation down in the comments. Do you think this should be dishonorable discharge? Do you think it should be other than honorable? Where do you think he should go with this? Because it looks like he knows how to capture attention. It's just, could he capture this in a positive way, A, and B, capitalize on that to actually make something of it in his music career or something like that? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys do have topics or other ideas that you want to see me cover, hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.